I think Power Rangers should end. Now, to give a little bit of context for this conversation, let's go back to my last video and read a comment that was just posted a couple seconds ago. Power Rangers should get shut down. It had a solid 30-year run. Nothing to shake a stick at. Most shows kill for that kind of spotlight. But it's time to stop altering foreign cinema and embrace Super Sentai as the original product and not let xenophobia stop the enjoyment of said product. Power Rangers, no matter how loved, is based on a level of cultural appropriation and alterations that wouldn't be allowed in 2010. Let's let Power Rangers take a final graceful bow with Cosmic Fury. This comment was posted by Cosmic Rejects Video an hour ago. Alright, so after I read that comment, I had to sit back and think what Power Rangers was built off of, and this individual was right. Power Rangers was built off of, aspects of cultural appropriation. For those of you who don't know what cultural appropriation is, it's when you take an aspect of a certain culture and then incorporate it in your normal way of life and act like that culture didn't exist, and you create a new thing out of that thing that you stole from them. And that's what Power Rangers did with Super Sentai. We took their footage and created Power Rangers, and a way that this wouldn't be considered cultural appropriation is if Power Rangers directly adapted the Super Sentai storylines without any alterations or any differences from the original storyline. Power Rangers is almost a direct copy of, Super Sentai, besides the American storylines and American characters. And frankly, what this individual is saying is that we should just let Power Rangers die underneath the rug and just forget about it. And let's think about the history for a second. Power Rangers has not been up there in popularity for 30 years. Mighty Morphin was the most popular, the most poppin' Power Rangers season out there. It had live shows. It had talk shows featuring different characters in the cast. It had different TV show cameos of the different shows of the time, and so on and so forth. And ever since then, no Power Rangers season has come close. I'm lying. Time Force actually got nominated for an Emmy, but that's the only other close thing that we've gotten to Mighty Morphin. Every season seems repetitive, and it's like, we're exploring this new world with new powers and new characters, and they do this year after year after year. I don't think Power Rangers should end permanently. I think that it should end temporarily. And yes, I love Power Rangers, and it'll always be a big part of who I am, and I'll always be here to review it. But I feel like Power Rangers should take a break. A 10 to 20 year break. I know that's kind of long, but it's like Power Rangers needs to get their stuff together. And here's what I'm thinking. I think that Power Rangers should take a second, take that 10 to 20 year break let the producers, let the editors, let the set designers, makeup designers take a break. Take a well-deserved vacation because they're overworked, and then come back to this project with fresh minds and fresh heads to re-establish this brand. Because when people think of Power Rangers, they only think of Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. That's the face of Power Rangers, and that will always be the face of Power Rangers as long as we keep down this 30-year trek. I'm not saying when we cancel Power Rangers, cancel things like Power Morphicon or the comics. I say keep those things, especially the comics. Because, of course Power Rangers, the show won't be around, but I feel like we can still keep different aspects of the Power Rangers fandom around, like specific conventions and so on and so forth. But I feel like as for the show, like I said before, should die out and give us a 10 to 20 year age gap, if you will. These 10 to 20 years will give Power Rangers a chance to start fresh or start anew, to actually be able to reimagine. Because there are a bunch of articles right now talking about how Hasbro is reimagining the series and, making it so that more people are interested in it, because they want young adults and kids alike to all join together and watch it. They want this show to be like a Stranger Things, Young Sheldon, Arrowverse type hybrid, and while also building a universe, a multiverse. And here's the thing. Power Rangers is not the MCU. Power Rangers is not the Arrowverse. They're not the same. Power Rangers has not been on top for years. The beginning of the Neo Saban era, starting off with Samurai, I feel like had a good rating, you know? But when we got down to about Ninja Steel level, the rating started to go low. Because the people in charge of Power Rangers did not try that hard, you know? It was Haim Saban's last season. They did not try hard. Usually when it's the last season of any show, people want to make that a big bang and go out with a bang or so forth. Haim Saban did not. Instead, he dropped it and left for Hasbro to pick up the crumbs. They tried, but Beast Morphers had some of the lowest ratings ever. And then Dino Fury, their ratings weren't great either. Nobody was really watching it. And one way to like tell if the ratings are doing well is if, you know, one of the own shows that are on this network, they were on Nickelodeon at the time, gets nominated for a Kids' Choice Award. None of them did. And let's be honest. Going back to the discussion of canceling Power Rangers, I have been against this idea for a while. Certain people in my life have brought it up, this idea of canceling Power Rangers. But like I'm like, no, maybe we shouldn't. But like Power Rangers has had its run. It's been 30 years and there's been no change in the quality. It's been a descend in quality and, you know, the audience retention rate. Nobody's coming back to watch it like that beside us hardcore die-hard fans. Another big time for us as Power Rangers fans has been the 2017 movie, but again, that's more Mighty Morphin. So us taking a 10 to 20 year break could give us the opportunity to kill off this Mighty Morphin hype. And of course, we would still honor the Mighty Morphin actors and stuff, but like kill off this Mighty Morphin hype and allow us to be able to start a multiverse in a new sort of way. Kind of like the MCU did when they first started. Like Kevin Feige has stated on many occasions that he mapped out his 10-year plan with his team before they even started creating the movies. And that's something Power Rangers needs to do. They need to take a step back and then come back to this amazing project that we all love with clear minds and clear heads and with better ideas. Because, you know, when you're working on a school project, when you're working on a work project, you cannot work on it and stare at it for days at a time and expect new and different results. Instead, you're going to get frustrated. And that's what I feel like the Power Rangers showrunners are doing. And Simon Bennett, Chip Lynn, they've all taken a step back. I feel like everybody in Power Rangers having to do with the Power Rangers production in the show should take a 10-year break. Step away from Power Rangers. Have some time for themselves because they're overworked. Then come back to Power Rangers with a fresh mind, and guaranteed Power Rangers would blow through the roof in terms of ratings and skyrocket in the fandom, and Power Rangers would be up there with Marvel and DC. And yeah, as for what would go on during those 10 years, I think that the Boom Studios comics should still go on. Of course, you know, like I said before, Power Rangers is technically cultural misappropriation, but what isn't? What isn't? They should continue the Boom Studios comics, and I feel like that's another way to guarantee Power Rangers success, because the MCU is strictly based off of the comics, specifically the Infinity Saga. Their success came from following the comics and making slight alterations as they went. And Power Rangers comics just started in 2018. It's 2023. So what? 2019, 2020, 2021, 2022, 2023. 5 years. It's been 5 years, and the universes are slowly expanding. There are a bunch of teams we have not gotten to. And I feel like if you give the Boom Studios comics 10 to 20 years, we'll have a bunch of storylines that we can adapt into cinema and create our own cinematic universe. All in all, Power Rangers should get a break, a 10 to 20 year gap. We should take a break from these constant Super Sentai adaptations, these constant attempts to reimagine the brand, and just chill for a second. Because y'all showrunners work really hard and get disrespected. We talked about this in our last video regarding the old actor who played I'm now learning played Vengex, and is no longer going to be in Power Rangers to play Lord Zedd. Right? Y'all work very hard. Y'all need time to sit back and prioritize yourselves over this toxic fandom. Let the toxicity roll out. then come back in 10 to 20 years and reimagine Power Rangers again. Take a break, enjoy it. And yeah, leave down in the comments below what you guys think about my thoughts and ideas. Like, honestly, this video was not planned. I saw this comment and thought, and this idea came into mind. I really think that Power Rangers we should get a break, because it's like, it's been constant 30 years, show after show after show. Power Rangers almost got canceled so many times, and I feel like it should have, and it would have flourished if they got canceled and then we pick it up years later down the line. But yeah, leave down in the comments below what you think of my ideas. I did not do an intro to this video. I wanted to do it a little bit differently, a little bit edgier, you know, to kind of get my point across more, because you guys get lost in my intros and outros. So yeah. Make sure you like, subscribe, and turn on post notifications so you get notified every time I post them here or go live on this very channel. My socials are listed in the comments below for those of you who are interested. I started a new channel called Xavier Lee, or Xavier Lee 101. It should pop up. You should go check that out for everything that non-superhero related. We have a really fun time over there. I post Mondays and Fridays over there. And yeah, thanks for watching this video. Leave down in the comments below your ideas and thoughts on everything I had to say. And thank you to that person who left the comment. I don't remember your username, but thank you for leaving that comment, because you inspired me to make a whole video. And yeah, if you guys want more content from me, you're gonna have to wait till the next video. And remember, yippee-ki-yay, let's ride.